Folks, good evening. My name is Craig Carter. I am the Associate Circuit Judge of Douglas County, Missouri, and I am running for Circuit Judge for Wright, Douglas, and Ozark County. Folks, a lot of you I have not met before, but I might take just a few seconds and tell you a little bit about myself. I grew up in Gainesville, went to high school, graduated from school there. When I left school, I joined the United States Army. I spent about 6 years on active duty and about 7 years in the Guard and Reserve. I first joined 2nd Ranger Battalion, was stationed at Fort Lewis, Washington. Spent about 3 years there. Left there, went to 3 different Special Forces groups. While I was in those units, I deployed to places like Panama, Kosovo. Was awarded Purple Heart after the invasion of Panama. Like I said, spent about 6 years on active duty, about 7 in the Guard and Reserve total. When I got out of the service, I returned home, used a GI Bill to go through college and then law school. And I have been the judge there in Douglas County for about 7 years now. I spend about 2-3 days a month here in Ozark County, hearing cases every month. Get down here quite a bit. Folks, it has been an absolute privilege and an honor being a trial court judge thus far. One of the hard things about being a trial court judge is the same thing that has always been hard about being a judge ever since the time when the Old Testament was first written. It is doing justice to everybody who comes in that court, no matter where they come from, rich, poor, short, tall, you name it. That is what I have tried to do for 7 years, is treat everybody in there fairly. Folks, one of the things about being a trial court judge is we have to protect your rights. Some of the most important rights that we have as Americans are protected to the right to a trial by jury. Whether we're talking about life, whether we're talking about our liberty, whether we're talking about our fortunes, folks, that is protected to the right to a trial by jury. Since I have been a trial court judge, I have handled jury cases for criminal cases, DWIs, personal injury, medical malpractice, employment discrimination, breach of contract, to name a few. Folks, these are all tough cases, tough consequences. While you are in these cases, folks, the trial court judge has about 15 seconds to make decisions that are going to have very long-lasting consequences. If you mess up making these decisions, it's going to have very adverse effects on the parties there, families. You really have to be on top of your games, folks. There is going to be no train-up period. The first day in office, the circuit court judge is going to have the most difficult cases that we have in this circuit. Folks, what you know on day one is what you're going with. So whether it's a criminal case, whether it's a medical malpractice case. In May, I had tried a 9-day jury up in Douglas County where the attorneys started off asking for almost $2 million. They spent almost $100,000 on experts just to get the case tried. Folks, when you have cases like that, there's no substitute for experience. One of the biggest problems that we face today and that we are going to continue to face in this area is the problem with drugs. Folks, this methamphetamine, this bath salt is killing us. And for 7 years, I have been not only a trial court judge, but I have also been the drug court judge for both Douglas and Ozark County. Folks, I have worked not just with the addicts in drug courts. I understand how it affects families, how it affects the communities. This drug problem goes even further than the criminal case. Juvenile matters, custody, all of this, folks. It is so important, and it is such a bad problem. I wish, folks, that we had the same problems we had 30 years ago, where the biggest thing that would happen on a weekend was somebody go drink a 6-pack and get in a fist fight. Folks, that day's over. And I don't mean to scare you, but folks, that's done. And these courts are full of it. Folks, that's just the way it is. Folks, I'm not going to take too much longer, but I would like to say it's been a pleasure to meet all of you. I'd humbly ask you for your vote. God bless all of you. Thank you very much.